Welcome to Pod Return to the Waking Sands. We are a Final Fantasy XIV companion podcast where we explore the lore and story of Hydaelyn and beyond. My name is Jen, and I'm joined by my co-host and researcher.
I'm Levi.
Hello, Levi.
Hello, Jen.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to you as well, Jen.
Oh, thank you.
How are you today?
I feel like if somebody were listening to this podcast for the first time and this was for whatever reason the first episode they decided to listen to, they've already stopped. They've already turned it off. It's already super...
that intro was subpar, Jen.
I mean, we're like, what are we, just like bots talking back and forth?
It's true. This is the deep mind game of the how are you.
God.
We're 4 layers deep.
Like, how are you? Don't tell me really how you are. Just respond in the socially acceptable way to maintain this tenuous...
facade of stability.
Yeah.
Well, Jen, I'm doing great because I have some horseradish vodka here.
We both do.
Jen has chilled.
Yeah.
Chilled Jen self.
You got to put that shit in the freezer. I think with all vodkas, you really should store them in the freezer, but the horseradish vodka in particular, I'm not a vodka person, just for the record, I'm a tequila person. But this, we have a place near us that distills their own, or they infuse their own vodka, and the horseradish vodka is dynamite. Anyway.
Well, speaking of dynamite, Jen,
Ayo.
Time for some more Alexander. Today, we are playing through all of Midas. All of it.
All of it. The whole Midas.
The whole Midas.
Yeah.
But first, Jen, what happened last time?
We did the whole Gordius.
We did not.
We did 3/4 of the Gordius.
We did one of the Gordius.
Really?
And then the transition period to Midas.
Oh, is the transition what we did last time?
Yes.
Fuck.
And the manipulator.
The manipulator. Right, we dabbled in the savage version of that for a little bit. We closed out the Gordius side last time. That means we found the core to the right side of Alexander's quote-unquote body. Midas shut it down, and we were like, great success. And then Quick Thinks is all like, oh, you think so, huh? And we're like, is he fucking with us? Is he trying to get us to shut these down like on purpose? Like, what's the deal? We don't know. Anyway, we're super stoked on shutting it down. Backrix decided that Midas was like super sus. We haven't seen really any evidence of that. Backrix, he's been doing a lot of knowings looking and reading and such of thinky things. I don't know what copies would call that. And
I would say wordy books.
Wordy books.
Or no, wordy sheets, wordy tomes.
Because books is already books.
Yeah, books is books.
Yeah. They may just say books. I don't know.
Nah. Well, we might hear it, Jen. There is a book in play, so we might hear the actual book word.
I haven't seen them refer to it, though. I wanted them to, because I want to know what the fuck that book is.
Sure.
We don't know yet.
There's still time. There's a whole other arc of this.
I think it was also discovered back last time that Round Rocks had the ability to read the codex.
Yes, the codex is not a wordy box, though.
Yeah, it
is a wordy
inverted...
rock, picture rock.
Right, and you have to be very special in order to access it and read it.
To get off our bullshit for a second, you have to have a pure desire for knowledge, in short, to access it. You want it for its own sake, not for some other end.
Nefarious means.
Yes,
yeah.
And Roundbox has the ability, or she has the desire,
so sweet and innocent,
which therefore unleashes the Codex holograms.
Yes.
But Midas does not.
No longer.
She did before, but now she does not.
Now she don't.
So yeah, that's what happened last time, and then the sun came out. We beat the dad, so now it's time for the sun.
Correct.
Sun's out, guns out.
This is called vertical integration. Sun's out, guns out. Lol. Like, no, literally. Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we got the guns out, and we're going into the sun. All right, Jen, enough bullshit times 2. We went in there with some peeps. Jen, who were the peeps?
We had Nefla Highwind, and they were Sage. Ooh, fun. Halya Jovash, and they were Red Mage. We had Achi Miu. She was Dancer. Mikto Dakwell. Mikto, you were Gunbreaker. Aroki Fanan. Aroki was Scholar, which was, we were like 2 shield healers. Fuck. But it was great. And then Lorelei Fratley. And Lorelei was a Black Mage. And then I was Dragoon, and Levi was Dark Knight.
I switched to Paladin after the first one because We're like, we need more mid.
A little bit more mid. Yeah, exactly.
Gunbreaker and Dark Knight in the level 60 range was a bit too
bold
squishy.
Move, yeah.
Thank you to everyone. They joined us for these minimum item level runs. Once more, we got brand new mechanics and mechanics that counted because of the min eye level.
Word. Yeah.
It was a good time.
Super fun. Toots.
So we enter the Fist of the Sun. I'm going to skip past that joke. During the first couple raids, we are going to go through the same sections pretty much as Gordius, but flipped because we're in the other arm.
We're on your left
arm
now.
So we see the same layout, but we see at different angles because the left arm is articulated differently than the right arm, the way that Alexander came out of the water and put it up on land.
It's pretty cool.
So we, instead of having to climb up like a gentle slope, we're now having to ascend a near sheer hand steam compartment, and we get blasted upwards by these steam jets. We get to our first mini-boss. It's just a couple of the Forgekin, no big deal. And then once we get past them, then we're on to the real fight. This is a big square arena, of course. It's got this Tesla tower thing in the middle, and we have a big gobby. Nay, a huge gobby. This is Ratfink's Twinkledinks.
Well, he starts out kind of small.
He starts out small. He's normal gobby, then he gets big.
Then he gets, Hulk.
Then he gets huge. Anyway, Jen, you're missing the thunder here, which is Ratfink's Twinkledinks.
Ratfink's Twinkledinks.
That is the gobby.
It's such a good name.
And we thankfully had a couple ringers on these raids, as there are some mechanics here, and we need to do them correctly to pass.
We need some help.
And we had some collars, which we appreciated because these are some deadly mechanics.
For sure. It's super helpful. She was very vocal, and she's like, this, and that.
Well,
and she's like, oh my God. I'm sorry, spoilers. You guys don't want to know. You want to do it blind.
We got an hour to do this. Please call it out.
It's going to be a real problem.
But she had run these on Savage back in the day, so some OG cred there. We had other veterans of the normal mode calling things too.
Yes.
I don't know if any other ones had done Savage back then.
Probably not. Even if they had, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I can do like
Pandemonium.
Yeah. Again, no way.
No way. Absolutely
maybe
no way.
P1, maybe after a few polls, but that's it.
I feel like the maybe.
There we go, Jim. People want a Moogles. There's the Moogle at last.
You're welcome. Who was it that wanted that? Rena?
Yes.
Oh, there you go. You're welcome.
Anyway, no, could not do that one for sure. That's got some bullshit mechanics in it.
There's something about it that I missed. God damn it.
But
where were we? Who was it? We were talking about, I think it was this group. They were chatting about like setting up a casual static.
Yes.
Like, we're not going to devote our lives. We're just going to do it at our own pace. And I'm like, that sounds perfect. I don't know. Join the Discord if you're interested in that kind of stuff.
Yes, do that. But for now, we are doing Ratfinks.
Ratfinks.
In a combative way.
Right. Not in a co-op way.
Correct. This is an alchemical fight, as in you have to use these alchemical concoctions to counter his moves. You get 2 transformation zones on normal difficulty. Apparently on Savage, there are 4 different transformations in play. We do this only on normal. One of the zones will turn you into a gorilla, the other into a normal-sized bird.
If you had to fight 100 bird-sized gorillas or one gorilla-sized
I'll stop you there, Jen.
Bird, we had the same conversation during the raid, and none of us could remember the original setup for it.
That said, though, we get giant bombs dropping from the sky, just like in A2, except here the gorillas have to transform and then knock them into the far corner.
That's pretty cute.
Because they do some fat, high-damage AoEs.
Mm-hmm.
These get mixed with an area denial puddle, so you have to employ some planning to designate where the bombs are supposed to go and where the safe spot's supposed to be. We wiped here a couple times trying to fine-tune this until we marked it. Right. Just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Safe area. Don't drop your puddle here.
You
put
can't
bombs
leave that
over
stuff,
there.
Like, okay, even if you designate somebody to do gorilla strats, you have to coordinate where you are all punching your bombs.
Yeah, it's not helpful to say northwest, apparently, because the whole room looks the same, frankly.
And then you get turned around, man.
Yep.
So, yeah, we ended up putting a marker in the corner where we did it, and that was very successful.
I will say that having tanked long-term, typically you want to point the boss north.
Yes.
Asterisks.
Yes.
So that has trained me to orient myself 100%. A lot.
Yeah. But when we did Savage, that was like imperative. You always had to know where north was.
Yep. Anyway, that is not here. It is there. So that's the bombs, and then there are stomps. So the Gabi does some big stomps.
Bam, bam. This paralleled my recent experience in Final Fantasy VI with the Earth Dragon.
Yeah.
When I had to give angel wings to everybody and
nice
avoided
connection,
all of
Jen.
See, so I'm like, oh, that's so timely.
And we hop into the bird zone to become birds and fly above the butt stomp earthquakes. There are 4 butt stomps, though. They're not 1, so if you transform back too early, you're going to die. We wiped here because too many people transform back early.
Yeah, they're like 1, 2, 3, boom, done.
Or just like 1. All right, we did it.
There's it.
So that is the fight pretty much. Do those things and you're good to go. And we have defeated Ratfink's Twinkledinks.
We did it. You know what was interesting? When he blew up in size, he became enormous, like 3 stories tall. This was like a Hulk moment because like his shirt rips off and then his shoes rip open and you see feet. And I'm like, are those gobby feet? We've never seen actual gobby feet or gobby skin, frankly.
You get some skin.
Ears. We get ears.
Mm-hmm.
We get fingies, but not feet. I'm like, is that what goblin feet? But that's what goblin feet look like in Warcraft also. It's like 3 toes.
Wow, hex.
How
derivative.
I was like,
right?
I literally remember being in the middle of the raid and Ratfinks gets huge and I'm like, oh my God, are those feet? Are those the actual goblin feet?
Anyway, Jim, what happens after we defeat Ratfinks?
All right, so we all go back to the short stop. There's going to be some disturbing revelations at the short stop today. So firstly, Wedge witnessed a troubling exchange between Midas and the enemy being the Illuminati. Wedge followed her and watched her hand over the Codex fragment to the Illuminati, seemingly without hesitation. Was this their plan all along? Has she been conspiring with the Illuminati this whole time? And he's saying this to Biggs, and Biggs is like, I mean, it's possible, but we can't rule out coercion. The Illuminati suck. So then Quick Thinks and his minions show up to the short stop. They start gloating about how they conspired with Midas from the beginning, and her backroom dealings with them are going to doom all of us. Mwahaha, etc. Biggs doesn't buy it. Neither does Wedge. He's like, now, Biggs, if the Grand Master of the Illuminati said it, it must be true. Then again, Quick Thinks refers to some written prophecy foretelling all of this, and all that stands in their way now is one missing piece. Then he leaves. Now there's like doubt swirling all about Midas' intentions, but Backrix thinks he stumbled upon some knowings that only deepen his suspicion. So 3 years ago, a group of Ori treasure hunters, curious, came to inspect the ruins, and then all of them died during the Shivery Shakes. Well, that lines up perfectly with the failed summoning. So these treasure hunters tried to summon the primal. That was them. But why? Backrix, he found a clue to that too. The author of the Enigma Codex was an Ari Zayla with blue hair, just like Midas. And at this point, Roundrocks has heard enough slander about Midas, and she runs off to question her herself. And then Wedge runs after Roundrocks. Biggs stops us from following. Wedge will take care of her. We have a Codex fragment to retrieve.
We do. In A6. We're now in the cuff of the sun. Once more, just like on the right-hand arm, we're now in the elongated arm tubes. Except flipped over, of course. And we go through those, we fight some more gobbies, and we get to the boss fight. This is a 4-part boss fight. So we get 4 mini-bosses in a row. This is a long, tall chamber with 4 platforms, each one higher than the last. And we got to fight our way up each platform to the next boss, and so on till all 4 are defeated. And the enemies here, they are some kind of humanoid cylinder man. They have kind of rounded drill parts for their head and limbs and an hourglass-shaped body. Not the sexy hourglass, the functional hourglass, Jin.
Oh, I see.
Perish that thought. These guys also serve as a warm-up for the final boss of Midas, so pay attention, etc.
Indeed.
And that's for later, though. First off, we gotta fight Blaster. Blaster places mines on the ground. Don't walk on them, which is confusing because in some fights you do have to walk on the mines. Pick a lane, Yoshi P. Mines, good or bad, make up your mind.
Gosh, yeah.
Then Blaster will spawn clones around the arena. They will do a line AoE after a short time, so you have to look where the clones are facing and not be in their directions. That's the fight. That's Blaster. Then there's Brawler. This guy has 2 lasers. One is a tank buster, the other one is a stack. Though our party would not stack with the tanks, which worked out well till it didn't. Then we get Swindler. This guy has 2 gimmicks. Their first one is a fixed count stack marker. A player gets a circle around them with some number of balls. They need to stack with players so that the player count matches the ball count.
Oh.
1 player per ball. Then, the annoying floor mechanic. I think that this is a good mechanic in theory, Jen, but the communication of it is awful. So first, the floor plates are going to rise up in a checkerboard pattern.
Shit, yes.
So about half the plates are on the default elevation, half of them are raised up by an inch.
Slightly.
But don't worry,
slightly.
Because if that's hard to read, Jen, the raised plates have a very low contrast red glow.
I could not discern this at all. So Chi, again, calling out all of this, she would be like, some people would get red and some people would get purple. And the purple to me looked blue. So when she was like, red does this, purple does this,
yeah,
but what does blue do?
I'm sure this is a colorblind nightmare too.
God damn.
But yeah, this is poorly communicated. But wait, there's more. The floor is now raised in a checkerboard pattern with a very, very distinct red dull glow, the dull metal plates. Then some number of players are going to die because they did not notice that there is a debuff that has appeared upon them with no other indication to show them if they should be high or low.
Yep.
If you know to watch for the debuff in advance, it shows like a little stair icon with an explosion on the upper stair or on the lower stair. You don't want to be on the elevation where your debuff shows the explosion.
I mean, honestly, the debuff icon does include a lot of information in it.
And true to form, you can't read that fucking shit while doing the fight.
Correct. Unless you have already set your personal HUD to have those shits blown up enough to be able to see that detail, that even if you can, it is so difficult to see the red because it's still all gold. It's all gold flooring, and the red is so subtle. Because like we said, the raised platforms, they're not raised by like 3 feet. You can't even hardly tell that they're raised at all. And then they're lined with whatever this color is, red, I think typically. It's so subtle that you might think that the lower portion is lined in red because it's the perspective is so fucked.
Yeah.
Once you know what to look for, then you're okay. But you do have to look pretty keenly.
That you do. And then, as Jen said, there are colors for the debuffs too. Red is for one elevation, purple for the other. I don't recall. Not going to help you. Well, it's always the same color, Jen. As in, the red always means you have to be, say, high. And the purple always means you have to be low.
Right.
But if you don't know that, it's not
as in it changes for you. Like sometimes you read.
Yes, exactly. But that requires you to have done this like 3+ times to know the pattern in the 100%. First place, not like parse any information in the fight.
But that's like, we could have said the same thing about Ratfinks and his like spilled chemical solutions where you had to like walk into the bad to turn into a gorilla. What the fuck is that? Or walk into the other bad and you turn into a bird. Like what the fuck? So yes, these things are not so readable.
I would argue that's far more deducible, not deductible. Deducible. You're going to walk in them to see what happens in the start. You'll see your hotbar changes, hopefully.
And there's I think arguments can be made for both. But for some reason, all of us had problems with the high-low shit.
Yes, high-low shit, bad times. Anyway, that is it for Swindler, that shit. Finally, we get Vortexer. This guy is...
Vortexer. It's Vortexer. It's fine.
What?
It's like the plural of vortex is vortices.
But
it's like vorticer.
It's Vortexer, though, Jen.
Yeah, that's the joke.
I see.
I was being stupid.
I agree.
And you were looking at me like, Jen, why are you being stupid right now?
Correct.
For the joke.
Vortexer is very easy if you know the gimmick. The gimmick is that there will be pools that spawn. Don't be in them. Then some players get ice AoEs on them. Don't stack the AoEs, except one player must overlap their AoE onto the pool. This freezes the pool. Then the Vortexer preps a big raid-wide Ultra Flash. You have to be hiding behind the ice.
That you created
like
way back
Crystal
when.
Tower style, like 5 seconds ago, but whatever. Anyways, so you have to get...
enough. Like the timing on this, actually, I was like, ooh, this is kind of diabolical.
The first time, yes, but if you have done Ammon, or if you've done, what's the wolf lady, the dog lady?
Oh,
Scylla, yeah, then you understand the base mechanic.
Sure. Yeah, it's kind of, it's a wink.
Yep, it's a wink,
winks
indeed.
At you. Mm-hmm.
Either way, understand or don't, it's going to blast out the Ultra Flash. If you are hiding behind the ice that you've just formed, from dropping that AoE on the water pool, then you're safe. That's the fight. That's it. One gimmick.
Yep.
And we have defeated the Cylindermen.
Cylindermen, the Pepsi Can Man. Sorry.
Correct.
So after this meet-day, she has since returned to the shortstop and we confront her. And she admits that much of it is true, but asks to explain. So she gave the Illuminati the fragment to stop them from attacking the shortstop. But the fragment was a dupe. She still has the real one. And Biggs is like, fuck it, I fucking knew it, all right? Quick Things was full of shit, yada, 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 yada. And Media is like, well, actually, not entirely. She did teach the goblins how to summon a primal. This is really bad. This was the 3 years ago thing?
Yeah.
So, but back then, she had her own ulterior motives and...
Oh, that's fine then.
Right. So she was like, I was just using them for my own means. I'm like, oh, okay. Totally unaware of the disaster that awaited her and her friends. And then she admits more things. The author of the Codex was an ancestor of hers. Others in her tribe sought that perfect world that the Codex described. Their leader, this little group of like, let's make a perfect world. Their leader, the man with whom she eventually fell in love, spearheaded this endeavor to unlock the utopia. And her devotion to him was so blinding that she agreed to a primal summoning without a second thought. We all know how that ended. Her friends died, and her love was dragged into Alexander's core. And I'm not sure how she knew that he was dragged into the core versus just dying like her friends. Anyway,
we saw a snapshot
saw a little snapshot,
of it.
Yeah, that he was like, he's basically like, it looked like he was being dragged into the core.
Yeah, she saw that.
So maybe he's still in there somewhere.
That's the hope, yes.
Yeah. As a last-ditch effort to forestall further ruin, again, this is 3 years ago, she created the barrier to seal Alexander. And at the same time, the Codex shattered into a bunch of pieces, along with her dreams. In hindsight, she says, the true treasure was friendship.
Deep.
Biggs wants to know why she...
Do not let Jin camp out on her bullshit.
Excuse me?
She talks deeply and fondly about the experience of working alongside her friends, having this shared goal, etc. Yes, the true value was friendship for her, correct, Jin, but also it's not said in that fashion.
No. I'm being glib and irreverent.
I know.
That was like the best time of her life. To her, that was her utopia.
Sure, and she says that she does not care about cared about the Alexander mission whatsoever.
She just wanted to be there.
She thinks that she could access the Codex because her love of the game was so great that
she thought she could because she was just, again, very young.
Yeah.
She didn't have any motives of her own. She was just like a blank slate of a person.
Yep.
The Codex, I think, can tap into
just absorbing whatever the first philosophy you hear about in college you take on for yourself.
100%. Which is why...
Nihilism, hell yeah, sign me up.
Yeah. Which is why fascism hates education. After all of that, Biggs, he still wants to know why she helped the Illuminati summon Alexander again. That's fucking suspicious. And Mide's like, there's nothing nefarious there. It's pure selfishness. I just want to see him again. Backrix, he's like, soul of Uplander sleeps in giant machine? Never has Backrix heard such unsense. And Biggs is like, okay, not now. Mide, what happens when all the Codex fragments are brought back together? It controls the primal, she says. You need two things. You need a complete Codex and a person capable of reading it. And that person right now is Roundrocks. And just then, Wedge runs up in a panic, out of breath. Roundrocks has been captured. So much for Biggs' exclamation of faith, like, oh no, Wedge will keep her safe, no problem. Anyway, Mide realizes then that the missing piece wasn't the final fragment of the Codex, it was Roundrocks the whole time. And now we have to mount a rescue.
That we do. Into the arm of the sun.
Yes.
Also known as A7.
A7.
We now get a departure from earlier interiors. I guess we went deeper or something into the arm because
now this is like a cityscape.
Yeah, we do not get the, next part of the arm bit. We are deep inside Alexander somewhere.
Yeah, it reminds me.
It's also bigger on the inside.
You're going to have to Moogle that out.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said it reminds me.
Oh, yes, and I will have to. You're correct. Or Golden will have to, actually, so There you go.
Yes. No, Golden, this is all in service to, Rena and Juana Moogles, so we're going to
oh my goodness.
fucking give them to her.
Not excuse your bullshit, Jen.
Yeah, I'm going to start spouting spoilers like crazy.
Either way, we're in the third Midas now. We have a weird gimmick where we're getting sucked down these vacuum tubes into like two separate parties and we fight trash mobs.
Yeah.
And then after all that, we get to the main boss fight. And there's spikes in the floor, which hurt you, but also like it wears off before it matters. So it's just to tutorialize you for the boss fight, if anything. It's like, oh, hey, spikes are bad.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Let's not walk in spikes again. There's also the weird, like the grind conveyors where you're grinding on these tiny little conveyor tracks or something. It's more like it
looks like maps type fun shit.
Maps? What?
Like when you do maps and you go like, what you, and you're getting
like when you get flown between the different map segments.
Yeah.
Sure. It's more though of things like a conveyor that you would hook equipment to because it's not for standing or
if you
transporting. It is for attaching something to.
Yeah.
Either way, so that is the non-thunder here. The thunder, like Jin has spoiled, is the cityscape. Because in this section, we get a full look at the real Alexander. The real cityscape where it's supposed to house all those scholars who were going to live here and uncover the world's secrets. This is a great gleaming city that sprawls in all directions before you. And we're inside the primal still. There's no sun, so it's got a dark sky above. And this city below lit by these glowing yellow gold lights.
It's very cozy.
It's very cozy, very fantastical, even better now with their graphical upgrades than
it's
before.
Like a steampunk neighborhood at twilight.
Precisely. That thing. Way to ruin it, Jen. Thank you. Quick Thinks All Thoughts himself is now here to bully us. And he's riding on a fat, flying beetle robot.
It's very cute.
It is very cute.
Is this a mount?
Probably. I don't know. Anyways.
I've never seen it, if so. And if it's not, Yoshi P! He's going to be in Berlin instead of PAX this year, I think. So we won't be able to bully him. We do have a lot of sway with Yoshi.
Our arena, Jen, is a square platform high above the sky. You have a little safe square that is surrounded on all sides by floor spikes. And you get your normal mix of AoEs and bustards, etc. in the boss fight. Who cares? The main mechanic here is that Quick Thinks will abduct players and drop them in cages at the side of the arena, where they have to solve various challenges. One cage will damage the captive if they try anything at all. Ranged and magic characters have to bust them out of the cave from a distance across the spike floor. The cage, not cave.
Right.
From a distance across the spike floor. Another cage is a DPS check where you have to beat down an ad before a doom timer ticks down and kills you. There's another cage match where you get a cold element dot on you and the ad tries to knock you into the walls, which will freeze you solid. Finally, there's a poison cage where poison gas comes out of a vent. You have to stand on the vent to have the gas only damage you and not the whole party. And it's kind of like a heal check because you're taking damage from the gas while you're blocking the gas.
Interesting.
Yes, that's a healer problem, though, not a DPS problem.
Yeah, we can ignore that.
Yep. And that's the bulk of the fight. There is an ads phase where the arena widens, the floor spikes all descend, you get the full dimensions of the arena finally, and you fight some trash, and then the mystery black cat shows up and blows love hearts at Quick Thinks.
What is happening?
So these are big, bright pink hearts that flit through the sky towards Quick Thinks, and you have to kill the love hearts. No love allowed. Before they touch him, otherwise you'll get a big fat heal.
I missed that completely.
Yep, classic Gen tunnel vision.
Yep. Holy shit.
Also, a metal ball will roll around, crushing anyone it hits.
Okay, that I saw.
Great. And that's Quick Thinks. We have defeated the Goblin Mastermind.
Quick Thinks, his little flying machine is super busted. And he kind of like flies off very shakily until it explodes. And we think that maybe Quick Thinks got along with it. However, he did not. And then we go back to the shortstop. So Mide, she wants to debrief and share that she has charted Alexander's interior. The chamber you reached is situated in the innermost part of the left sector, which means your next aim should be, but she's interrupted by an incredulous Backrix. Backrix does not trust Treasure Hunter. 3 years ago, she summoned Metal Giant. Backrix wonders if she still wishes to finish mission of dead comrades. Way to twist the knife, Backrix. But he is so done with Mide right now, which I appreciate. all of this is like weird as shit. Well, Mide is like, you know what? That is fair. The dream of building the Codex's perfect world wasn't ever hers. It was theirs. She was there for the vibes and her love. Touch a scar. Sure, she could read the Codex then, though she's not sure why. Perhaps it was because she was young and receptive to any ideal. The quote-unquote perfect world, when brought forth, only destroyed her friends, and without them, no such thing as a perfect world could ever exist. The only reason she seeks Alexander now is to see him again. Him. And there's irony in our current adventure as well. The side of Alexander that we're in is called Midas, like the king of legend. He asked the gods for a finger that would turn all he touched to gold, but in a moment of carelessness, he turned his beloved into a lifeless golden statue. The thing that he coveted the most became his undoing. Parallels are obvious. If only they had taken a moment back then to consider the future ramifications. Her only desire now is to speak with the man that she loves once more. Anyway, that's enough examination of Mide's past. We need to rescue Round Rocks. Alexander is made out of 3 main parts, each with its own core. And so far, we have decommissioned the Gordius core, and we are close to the Midases. Mide thinks that the Illuminati are keeping Round Rocks within Alexander's upper body to keep her safe until they can get Alexander fully functioning again. Because until then, she means nothing. Well, Biggs posits that the Illuminati used up every last crystal that they had in activating the cores to begin with. Therefore, shutting them down again will likely put an end to this whole Alexander business. Backrix offers some encouragement and a warning. Do not underestimate the Illuminati. Backrix suspects Illuminati are tinker-making new weapons. Perhaps.
And they are, Jen.
They are, yes.
They did. We are going into that core now. But wait, we have one more boss to face. Weird. I think that this is my favorite fight of the Raid series, as from the flavor and from the dumb music alone, this is really kind of outstanding.
The dumb music?
Very dumb music, Jen.
I don't remember dumb music. I mean, I remember music, obviously, but I don't remember much these days.
Well, Jen, sundowning.
Seriously.
Incorrect, Jen. This has been the meta the entire time I've known you. It's just where Jen puts her attention, and that is on her buttons during boss fights. Not on the ambiance.
Kinda.
Not on the love hearts from the cat.
If I do something enough, then I don't have to focus so much on the buttons, and I can focus on other things. But I'm not there yet with
this. I guess you need more Final Fantasy XIV, Jen.
Apparently.
We're in the final zone. This is like a big area. Most emphasis on the boss platform, which is having a guy on it, which is the Manipulator again. He's back to fight us again.
Sure.
Except he's been rebuilt. Bigger. Stronger. Onslaughter. Because it's called the Onslaughter.
Ah, I see.
And the music here, Jen, is the same as A4. The song is called Metal, if you're curious.
I'm told and we'll slot that right in.
She's not that high level yet. I'm still on the post-studio, yes.
Okay. So, yeah, even something as simple as choosing, like, sound coming out of one ear versus both ears, you have to, like, know how to do that. It's just, it's intimidating. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
Let's all appreciate Golden once more.
Golden, we fucking love you.
For editing the shit and learning all this crap.
She's the president of everything. She's the president of the pod. She's the president of editing. She's the president of the community.
Wow.
Like, she's like a Krabby Patty. She's an absolute good.
Absolute good.
Yeah.
So anyway, we are fighting the Onslaughter now. This is pretty basic. We get the same thing as the old Onslaughter with some twists. Like beforehand, we get the steam regulators. But instead of being like a bullshit debuff juggling mechanic, it's now just like a DPS check. Burn down the steam regulator orbs and then they dead before they go off.
Is that the one where we each had to stand in a quadrant?
No, that was on the Savage version, Jen.
Ah, okay.
That is different.
That checks out.
You could call it like a reprise. Reprise?
I think it's reprise. I heard Lin-Manuel Miranda say reprise.
Okay.
And if anybody's going to pronounce it correctly,
yeah, whatever.
Them.
Okay, anyways. That is like a reprise, I think, of the normal mode steam regulator mechanic. In this case, we're talking about normal. This is a DPS check where the DPS kills the regulators.
Okay.
Before they explode.
Yeah.
And then we get more orbs. The orbs tether. You have to pop the orbs with non-tethered people. Easy, whatever. We beat the Onslaughter and it flees. It blasts off, it's gone. We did it.
Bye.
But wait, Jen, there's more. Enter the 4 mini-bosses from the Cuff of the Sun. Brawler, Vortexer, Swindler, Blaster.
Whoa.
We fight them 2 at a time, getting a redux of those moves. Hope you master those fights, Jen. Because they're back.
We did.
With a vengeance, especially the floor mechanic. That went great every time.
Oh my God.
So we defeat the mini-bosses handily. But wait, Jen, there's even more. On defeat, those guys blast off, and the Onslaughter returns. The 4 smaller robots attached to the main frame of the Onslaughter, forming its arms, and it flips up to drop legs down. It becomes a mega mecha robot.
Whoa.
Brute Justice.
Whoa.
This son got a BJ.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This is what happened, Jen.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're right.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Moving on. So, and we get the dorkiest fucking music ever. I say with love and affection.
Correct.
But still, this is incorrect. All right, we'll cut in the actual music there, and then we'll see how far off the mark you are, Jen. After Morphin Time, we fight Brute Justice.
Thank you for the Morphin Time.
There's nothing too shocking in his moveset. This is kind of like a victory lap in the normal mode here. You get your normal AoEs, blah, blah, blah. He's got some fun thematic moves like jump kicks and shit going on. If you have learned the other mechanics, you're good to go here. There's a phase in the middle where he breaks up into his component parts, and then you have to do all of the separate moves in quick succession, like a final exam, if you would.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
After that, he reassembles and we defeat him. Done.
And now we are at...
As a side note, before you move on, Jen, we did dabble in the Savage mode, as mentioned. It's hard.
It's hard.
It's real hard. Unlike Manipulator, who is just like the normal fight, but beefed up a bit, this guy has tons of new mechanics. We had a long run this time, so we spent 20 minutes on this guy, and we got past the Onslaughter phase. We did not clear the quote ads phase, right. The mini boss phase. That was some shit going on. So
you need to coordinate. So this is where trying to DPS down the orbs. Now you have to designate a person to a quadrant. So one person, there's a square that'll appear on the ground in each quadrant, like a gray, cloudy mass. One person enters and is assigned ownership of that square. If anybody else enters, everybody's dead. So one person enters, one person leaves, and you have to DPS that down. So we had to coordinate that shit. Like people had to take, I'll take northwest, I'll take northeast. And I'm like, this is savage AF.
It was.
Yeah. We were on the verge of like clock spots and light parties and all that shit.
Yeah, what a jump up from A4S, seriously.
Yeah. That we can kind of parse it, but this we needed to like assign duties just, like you do in Savage.
Anyway, so we wiped on that for a short time, then we were done with our run. And
fun though.
We beat him. He did.
He
blowed up. Also, Jen, note here, the Onslaughter and company, these are a goblin creation made after we beat the Manipulator. That guy got beat. Mm-hmm. We can do better. They conceived of this mecha bullshit themselves.
Right.
This is a goblin adaptation of the Alexander.
Yeah. So, like,
Forgekin.
Backrex, he's like, I'm watching the Illuminati bringing all sorts of stuff in there. Yeah. They're tinker making like shit.
And they did tinker make this shit.
Yeah. Which is pretty impressive.
Okay, carry on.
It's just like Syndrome, when he's testing out his masterpiece, Superhero Killer, against Mr. Incredible. And he's just like, it's iteration after iteration, getting better and better and better each time. Well, now we're at the second core. Mayday climbs to the top of it like before, and she inputs all the numbers except for the last one. And she kind of pauses, and she realizes, like, once she pushes this button, her chances of ever seeing or speaking to or feeling the presence of her love they're gone. So she closes her eyes and she says, Dayan, would that I could see you just once more. Farewell, my love. And she pushes the last button. Then I was worried that she wouldn't or something, you know what I mean? But anyway, she does, and the core shuts down. Unsurprisingly, Quick Thinks shows up with a horde of Illuminati, and they surround the chamber. Wedge calls him out as a coward, that he's too afraid to face us alone. To usher in future that has been writ. Even strongest Gabi must sometimes pretend to be weak and let enemies win. Biggs laughs. He's like, and I suppose losing this core was all part of your plan? Quick Thinks confirms, actually, yes. I know all, including that one of you is carrying the real Codex fragment. And then Biggs and Wedge leap into action like fucking Abbott and Costello. I feel like I've used the Abbott-Costello reference before. I'm like, what are other famous comedy duos who are in feature films together as a unit, like Martin and Lewis, Tatum and what's his face?
This is all you, Jen.
I know, right? I'm looking at you help me out, Levi. And he's I don't know any of these people. But I'm just going to stick the Abbott-Costello reference until some new pairing arrives.
Biggs and Wedge.
Biggs and Wedge. Just the comic relief. All right. Laverne and Shirley.
Moving on.
Okay. It seems the game is up, Biggs. There's no hiding the truth from Quick Thinks. Very well. I admit it. I have the fragment, but I won't be handing it over to the likes of you.
This is your Matoya voice, Jen.
That's Wedge.
No, it's not. I'm sorry.
It's a higher-pitched Matoya, which is Wedge. I only have so many. And then Wedge runs around the room, and then the hench gobbies start chasing after him. Biggs is all like, I have it. And then the hench gobbies start chasing him.
You got to do a low Matoya, Jen.
Well, I'm not doing Biggs' voice. I'm just saying that Biggs has it. I'm not quoting. I'm not acting as...
I see.
It's just a slow roll. So then the two go back and forth like this for a minute or so, and then they're just wreaking havoc on gobby brain cases as Quick Thinks watches very calmly. Midas, who has been standing on an elevated platform with us, sees Quick Thinks fly towards us on his floating platform. He's coming for me, she cries. But then he stops. We're all waiting for the other shoe to drop when he just says, long ago was outcome decided. Uplanders think they are victorious, but luck is no friend to them today. Right after he said that, the platform that we were on has some sort of malfunction, and it jerks to a stop and tilts, and it causes Midas to lose her footing, and the fragment goes clink, 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 and falls down right into Quick Thinks' hand. And now Enigma Codex belongs to Illuminati. All pieces fall into our hands. Literally. And he flies away. After that whole thing, Biggs inspects the platform for any mechanical defects or a remote control or something that would explain that unbelievably serendipitous timing. But there's nothing. Regardless, Wedge says, clearly rattled, when someone takes something from you, you just have to take it back. We go back to the shortstop, and this is another thing where I copy-pasted the stuff, and now I'm just going to kind of...
It happened again, this time on purpose.
On purpose. I just want to see how it works.
It went so well last time, we're doing it.
It kind of did. So, well, according to you, I feel like...
The trick, though, Jen, is you can't tell people, otherwise they will watch you for flaws.
Right? Well, it's not just flaws. I think it's just the tone of the recitation is different. You're reading from a script versus trying to cobble together, not cobble, but you're organizing your thoughts in real time. Which is different.
True.
So...
Deep.
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious. So we go back to the shortstop, and Backrix is like, oh, okay, you guys. There is no way you did all the things that you said you did, because you literally just walked over this ridge, and you're, back right away. No time has passed. I'm like, I'm not fucking around. You should probably go over there and figure out, why it is that you guys disappeared for 5 seconds, apparently did all of this stuff, and then came back. That doesn't make any sense. And Midas is like, I don't know. Backrix thinks that we left and returned in a matter of seconds. We were all there. We all know what happened. Biggs is like, well, Backrix tends to pore over tomes and get lost in research and stuff like that. Maybe he lost his own sense of time and we're all fine. It's like, no, like the goblin that's standing watch at the entrance of the hatch, same thing. He's like, we left and we were back in a matter of seconds. We're all thinking, fuck, is time inside the barrier not the same as time outside of the barrier? I'm going to be honest. As soon as time fuckery enters the conversation, I just go completely eyes up, brain off, drool. I don't fuck off.
Jen, you should open your mind.
I don't want to.
It is a vehicle for storytelling.
It is, and I hate it.
For innovation.
Because it doesn't make any sense. I hate it.
Why is this a no sense making thing?
No sense making thing?
Yeah.
Well, it's a cop-out. That's all it is.
That is a defending a negative with a negative. It is not justifying your opinion, just saying it's bad because it's bad.
To me, it's a very convenient way, in this case in particular, and I'm not talking about like really excellent narratives that include time fuckery like Memento, for example.
Well, how do you know this is not an excellent narrative, Jen, until you see it through?
Because literally what they do to fuck around with time is push a button. All right, let's reverse time.
Are you talking about the upcoming cutscene here?
Yes. So
this is
you're not going to talk me into thinking that
I am
time travel
encouraging
nonsense
you to
in a story
not cast out a genre or
it's already been done.
And then cast it back in, Jen. Just like you get the laziest shit in any other medium, any other
100%.
contrivance.
100%.
Same thing happens with time.
I'm just saying
and also
that time fuckery for me just turns me off. It just turns me off.
I'm just encouraging you to open your mind one little bit, Jen, and allow the story to speak for itself without casting it aside prematurely.
What happens for me is that I overthink it. And I think of all the ways that this is completely insane and will never work, and it just doesn't make any sense. Well, what about dragons, Jen?
I'm like,
those
yeah, exactly, Jen.
I
hear what you're saying,
yeah.
But this is such a tangent, but fuck it. So oftentimes in time travel stories, they feel the compulsion to implant a paradox as like got you pretty much at the back end. Everything checks out except that what came first, the chicken or the egg.
Right.
You know, that kind of thing, even though that has an answer to it, by the way, but irrelevant. Anyway, oftentimes, otherwise even good time travel stories will feel the need to do like a coy, just kidding, we're going to like break our own continuity here.
Yes.
That's an issue with them, not with the medium as a whole. There are many ways to have this be a detailed web of cause and effect, Jen, or just a way to look at things from a different perspective. Like I'm serious. Like if we're not going to be doing any timeline fuckery period, like what if we can see or experience things that happen in a different time period as like a storytelling device, for instance?
Well, like the holodeck.
Yes,
but that's different. That's like, that's different. That's a bad example.
Or, you know, if you establish some ground rules for time travel in your given universe, whatever.
You need hella ground rules. You need hella parameters for it to work.
You don't need hella ground rules. You can do some rough swags like saying, okay, so in this universe, paradox does not happen, period.
See, and that's the thing. Now I have to have a mental chart. We're going off.
Just like any other story. I am bored with our conversation already.
Yes,
I'm not going to labor the point on air, but
I don't disagree with what you're saying. But for me, I just can't abide. I can't abide time fuck.
You should
fuckery.
Abide when it deserves abiding. So Jenna signed off. It's going to be all me for Alexander from this point on, apparently. Jen refuses to expand her mind.
So,
time travel is happening here.
Clearly, that's what's happening. Yes.
Suck it up, Jen.
Within the barrier or within Alexander, they're able to manipulate this shit. We're going to say within the barrier, there's a special little microcosm of time that they can manipulate. The rest of us outside of the barrier are carrying on as normal.
We just don't know, Jen. Needs more information.
It's just really fucking convenient. All right.
Oh my goodness, you're so mad for no reason.
So Midas is like, there's time stopping in the bubble. That's impossible. It's impossible. And Biggs is like, impossible. Watch the engineer come up in here. You mean like quick things predicting exactly what was going to happen in the core room? You know, in hindsight, I don't think he was talking out of his ass. I think he was able to kind of rewind that shit, and he knew it was going to happen. And Midas was like, well, okay, there may be another explanation for that. There's a device deep within Alexander that can perform all this crazy math shit. Maybe it can model the future within like a certain, margin of error. Biggs is like, okay, that's crazy. Even if I did believe that, that doesn't explain the Backricks and the, multiple other like independent witnesses seeing us leave and immediately come back, even though we were gone for like 3 hours. There's some sort of time disruption going on with the primal. Wedge is just kind of like, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Media is like, so the Illuminati, they are aware of this disruption and they are able to control it. And like I just said, so they can fast forward.
Jimmy's notes.
I do. But I want to see how, with the magic of editing, just let me take
outsource your work. I see.
To gather my shit. Yeah, this is an experiment of my own. They can move time within the bubble. They can move it forward and they can move it back, which accounts for all of the things Quick Things has been saying. I know what you're going to do. This has all been writ. This is all part of the prophecy. Is there an actual prophecy? Because he's been holding this book, right? This little red book. He's talking about things that have been writ. And their manipulation of time is not anything that has been written. So where is he getting this prophecy? They have this prophecy in this book, and then they're able to also manipulate time? That's not a prophecy, dude. That is you manipulating time. That's you rewinding the clock within Alexander to a point where we did not disarm the core. You're looking at us doing all of this work to decommission the cores, and you're like, you're so fucking stupid. All I have to do is rewind the tape, and none of this ever happened. Wedge, at this point, he's like, we need to get Chief involved. So he calls Chief on Link Pearl, and he's like, hey, man, we got some issues with, like, time. And he's like, no, not like my time, but, like, time itself. You know what? You should just come down here and talk. Sid shows up with Y'shtola. They arrive, and they're like, it seems like things are not so good. And then there's this enormous groan, this grumble, this noise from Alexander. Honestly, at this point, I was expecting, like, the rest of it to rise from the water, but it doesn't. It's doing something else. And right now, Y'shtola is the only one with vision that can actually just see it happening. There's an etheric disturbance that is very similar to when it first arrived. It's less than because there's no functioning core right now. Sid borrows Y'shtola's etheric thing that she keeps in her arm, which I don't know why she does that because her normal eyes do it now.
I agree.
Yeah.
That was odd.
Yeah. So that she can do this.
Talk about something contrived then. Get you off your fucking time travel high horse and talk about this bullshit.
Oh, the continuity issue of Y'shtola.
Oh, let me carry my spare glasses for my 20/20 vision.
Right, yeah. So Sid looks, and this, I don't know if there's any other time in this game where we have seen like a first-person view of
I don't think so.
Ether.
Yep.
So this is cool.
It's just the inverse world.
Kinda, yeah. Y'shtola sees in turquoise, or cyan, rather. So what Sid is looking at, he can see kind of like the steam coming up, but he also sees these convection currents of ether being exhaled from Alexander. All of a sudden, he sees it reverse. Exactly. Like literally somebody's putting their pencil in the cassette and they're rewinding it. Sid's like, so now the ether is going in backwards. It's like time is going in reverse. Y'shtola is like, no. However, there is a little bit of precedent for something like this. We don't know anything about Alexander. Who knows what the fuck they're able to do in there. Midas is like, right now. So they've got round rocks. They've got the complete fragment. And they're able to manipulate time. So literally everything I said before, where they could just rewind to a time before we ruined the cores. That's all that we're going to do. Like, how do we even deal with this? And then Y'shtola and Midas are like, oh, hey, nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. So now all of us are stumped. How do we battle a bunch of Illuminati who can manipulate time? If they are able to do that and get to a working version of Alexander, the world is their oyster and all of us are doomed, etc., etc. We can't let this happen. And Midas wonders, could Dayan have known? So now we get to a cutscene. Now we're in the interior of Alexander. We're in some sort of big Illuminati control room. And we see Round Rocks, and she seems like drugged or semi-conscious or something. And she's not like tied down, but she's in this chair.
A brain suck chair.
Yeah, it's a brain suck chair. It looks like the hairdryer chair is at the salons of Eld. This is upsetting to see. Even before, I thought it was just like a random gobby. They all kind of look similar.
So rude.
I know. Eventually, I realized that it was Round Rocks. But before I even realized it was Round Rocks, I was like, oh my god, this poor baby. This poor gobby. Even if it was an Illuminati, I think this is fucked, dude. So she's sitting in this chair. You know, there's a lot of activity going on in this room, and Quick Thinks is there, obviously, and he's overlooking this select team of Illuminati here in the space. An Illuminati machinist runs up to him, and he's like, preparations for restoration of Enigma Codex are complete. And in the middle of this room, there's like a craggy Deep Rock Galactic version of the Codex hanging in the middle of the room. Incomplete, obviously.
By that, Jenna means is hella polygonal.
Yeah. It's very rough polygons. It's the grapes.
Grape Codex. Only true 14 fans get that reference.
Correct. We don't have to Google that out because that's fun. That's fun for everyone.
That is fun for everyone. Either they're confused or they know.
So when they get to that area of the world, they won't ever see the fucked up grapes.
Sad times.
They'll see normie grapes. Anyway, so he shares that to Quick Thinks. The calculations show margin of error for future readings is 0.03%. Quick Thinks is like, that's dumb. Because when the future is decided, there is no error. There is no failure. And then the gobbies all assemble in front of him and he gives a speech. At last, all of the pieces are in place. We don't have to suffer the foolishness of the unwise. We're going to strike back and pave the way for our perfect world, etc., etc. Now, one of the gobbies releases the final fragment of the codex into the almost completed codex, and like, boom, it's a complete codex once again. And above it, there's the swirling image of the stuff. It's like cogs.
Holographic,
it's holographic
writing stuff.
Yeah.
The codex becomes like an ice cream cone.
Yes.
Blackstone ice cream cone.
Yes, exactly. And when the final fragment completes it, then it's like a full, like, 6-sided cog of knowledge or whatever the fuck. Quick Thinks gives the order to reverse time. Yeah, like a gobby runs to a lever and he goes, reverse time, pa-chunk, and like, chugga, and then time goes in reverse. Like, this is fucking stupid. You know, it lasts.
You don't even know what's going on.
I know. I'm sorry. You know, this is my time to speak, and I'm going to assign
your thinking
my
is so three-dimensional
bias onto it. That's 100% true. That's true. On the control panel that Quick Thinks is standing in front of, he has that red fucking book. It's sitting there. What is this book? Also, the cat is there. You know, you guys should be proud to be involved in the new world and the correct world and blah, 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 blah. And they all salute and whatever. Back out in the real world, Y'shtola and Sid have gone back to Matoya to figure out how to deal with this new nonsense.
Oh my God, Jen.
No. This is weird because we're talking to Midas. And we're literally like 20 feet beyond the back wall of the shortstop. We're like right there.
She's like, let's go talk in the shortstop.
Let's go talk in the safe confines of the shortstop. And I'm like, I mean, okay, great. We're there.
Yeah, but we got a wall now. We've crossed the wall of the shortstop and we're now inside the shortstop talking to Midas. Midas says, my bad. I'm sorry for having helped in the summoning in the first place, for having informed the Illuminati about this thing so they could then take control of it. If it were not for me, all this bullshit, the ether sucking and round rocks, etc., would not have happened. And now Quick Thinks can manipulate time in a non-derogatory fashion, Jen. His restoration of the cores to their former state was just a taste of this shit Sunday of time travel. Because now that all 3 cores are active, Alexander can traverse both time and space. Nothing will stand between the Illuminati and their twisted utopia.
Yeah, this is fucked.
So we got to stop this. But first, we have to save Round Rocks.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't have Round Rocks, they can't access any of this.
Jen, it's not about the practicality. It's that of all the victims of this sorry tale, Round Rocks' plight pains Midas the most.
Yeah, the friendship was real. She bonded with Round Rocks completely.
I hope that someone will keep her treasures safe until she returns.
She's...
The end.
Yeah, she's looking at the unmanned pile of Round Rock's treasures and going like, man, I hope nobody fucks with these while we're dealing with it. Like, you know, like her crates and her bitty bobs and all that. And yeah.
All right, Jen. Well, we talked a lot of bullshit. It's been a long episode so far. I'm sorry to our editor for what you had to go through to get here. But there's more. But wait, there's more.
Oh, wait.
It's music talk.
Oh.
I didn't want to derail the action more than we already did with our own bullshit earlier, but there is music in this thing, as you know. I had not seen the lyrics to the songs until doing this because, frankly, they're unintelligible.
Yeah.
And when you're doing fights, you cannot parse these lyrics.
There's no way.
They got some good lyrics here. First off, I want to call out Metal, which is the A4 theme, the first Final Fight theme. This is a song that is done all in Gabi speak.
Aww. Well, that's cute.
Yeah, it's really cute, very clever, and I did not appreciate that until now. There's a bunch of onomatopoeias here.
Click, pow, boom.
Snap, click, crank, whir, whiz, wham, boom. Wheels, humsing, up, lander, doom.
Mm-hmm.
Crack, doom, snap, bam, bang, bangy, zoom. Near, soon, fire, bloom. Crimson, boom. Stop, dizzy heels of the wicked. Diffuse, pop, debone, slup, deflate. No busy deals for the wicked. Too late, far too late, far too late.
Ooh.
I love that last line in particular, the no busy deals for the wicked.
Deals.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
For Brute Justice, this song samples the lyrics from both Metal and also from the A1 through A3 song Locust later on in the fight. So, 22 sectors tested, fragments in one direction, celestial noise detected, delirium unsuspected, static tuned in to reason, time in the ether deepens, transmissions blink uncompleted, 72323 send, yes, falling back right in with the system, who you'll see falling back to the end, when falling back is better than simply falling back into pieces again.
Ooh.
Hey, Jen, that's time travel.
I know.
Suck it.
Ooh. I have seen many time travel related pieces of media in my life. Pretty much all of them have been very fun. Sometimes it is a crutch. I'm not saying that's what's happening here. I'm just saying that I have my own personal biases.
Yes, you do.
That's
Goodbye, it's over.
And that will do it for today's episode. Thank you all so much for listening. And remember, ain't no cool heels for the wicked. Jingly shine don't grow on trees. And if you'd like to get in touch with us, you can. At podreturnffxiv@gmail.com. We are at the Seam Tag on Blue Sky. Check the show notes for the Discord information and a link to the official pod t-shirt. And last but not least, we have a Patreon if you want to support the pod that way. Oh my god, that would be amazing. We have a couple of tiers for you. We have $1, and for $1, you get access to the seasonal events from 14, other games that we talk about like Mahjong and the tabletop RPG and the card game and stuff. We throw all of that there, and for $2 you get all of that, and then also our bonus series, Sightseeing Log. And this is a series where we play other games and talk about it. Levi played Final Fantasy XI, and I'm playing Final Fantasy VI. And I feel like I've been saying that I've been playing Final Fantasy VI for a long time. We're coming up on a year. It's a long game.
You want to talk about the 11 timeline, Jen?
Oh, that was longer than that. Jesus Christ. And you didn't even do everything.
I did not.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so for $2 you get that also. And with that, we hope you enjoyed the episode. Have a good day or night, and we will see you next time.